Okay, guys, I'm just doing a little thinking here, and I'm thinking about tattooing your area code on your body somewhere, and I'm wondering why people do that, because it doesn't really indicate a town. Like if you tattoo 805 on you, I mean you're all the way from like Agoura all the way up to like Paso Robles. I mean, so what town are you really from? I mean, if you have an 805, that covers a big chunk of land there. So, and to be honest, if it's like trying to be yo-yo, it's tough. I mean, 805 just doesn't seem like it would be the really tough one to do, because, I mean, you're either from Newbury Park, Paso Robles, Santa Barbara, San Luis Obispo. Where are you from that's tough? Arroyo Grande? I mean, I know there's tough people all over. You know, Chuck's from 805. He's from, Santa Barbara and San Luis Obispo. But you just don't think tough areas. You would think something like maybe Compton. That would probably be 310 or 323 or I don't even know if 213. But whatever. You know, you think that that's a tough area maybe. So maybe you would like show those numbers instead of colors. But I'm just wondering, maybe you could break it down a lot more and it would be smarter if you would tattoo your zip code. Because, I mean, 805 covers, like I said, Agoura all the way up to Paso Robles and beyond. Even King City, I think, is 805. So there's hundreds of miles. But an area code, a zip code, you narrow it down a little. So, if you guys want to be smart, which probably most people that tattoo their area codes aren't really smart. I'm not saying none of them are, but I'm just saying that probably if you lump that group together, it's probably not the sharpest upstairs group. But if you guys, I'm just giving you guys a little hint. I think maybe tattooing your zip code would narrow it down where you're really from and what you're trying to represent. I hope I used that word correctly. And that brings me to another thing. Why? And I'm not trying to be, this has nothing to do with race. This has to do with zip codes, area codes, and towns. I like to do a study. I haven't yet. I'm not a sociologist, but why do you think the tougher towns have the lower IQs? So when your toughness goes up in a town, I would be willing to bet the IQ goes down. Okay? And that doesn't seem to indicate the person. Like if you think higher IQ'd fighters, even from the old days, Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roy Jones Jr., they seem to have on the higher end of the scale, and they're the better fighters. You look at MMA, Chuck Liddell, George St. Pierre, John Jones, Demetrius Johnson, those guys seem sharp, and they seem to be the higher IQs, and they're the toughest guys. So why is it that the toughest guys in the world have the higher IQs in the, the realm of fighting, and then the toughest areas seem to have probably the lower IQs? Just something to think about. Just a little thought. So think about that, and please comment to give me your ideas and maybe some insight to this, and I'll talk to you guys later.